Hello there. Good morning. It's not good morning, is it? It's afternoon.
Pretty
You
near.
guys got me combobulated. Is there such a thing as combobulation or whatever it is? Hello, you lovely ones. Thank you so much for listening to these videos. We can't overthank you. You guys are just too much. And I just love to get you guys in here. It makes my job so much easier, and it's just, it's an extreme pleasure to see people that are starting to learn and get it. It's amazing, and it's amazing what you guys are doing to your health. I just love it. We're seeing it every day, aren't we? It's amazing. Well, it seems like, obviously, when you're working on your spirituality and your consciousness, and you're trying to work in the now, the negative forces are always going to bite your heels. So this guy here, I don't know who this guy is. EDR, it's like Ed Rushary or Harry. Fasting is just dangerous and pure stupid. Interesting, isn't it? I've said this before. Probably Jesus was stupid, right? Because Jesus, fasted 40 days and 40 nights. He must have been stupid. But I wouldn't want to call him that. I don't know what to say, And to this nasty word here, claim it cures scancer. Scancer, can't even spell scancer right. It's just pure bull doo-doo. Another charlatan at work. Getting ahead on the back of fearful dying people is about as low as a human can go. Well done, sir, for being the lowest of the low. Who the hell is this guy? Well, poor people like this. These poor souls, they're so lost in the wilderness. They don't have a clue about life. To say stuff like this, and this person has no clue of our history and our tremendous results that we have. So it's almost so stupid it's laughable. I don't know. Obviously, you're just on the site to visit. I hope you're not staying long, because it doesn't hold anything for you. You think we're charlatans and we don't know what we're doing, so obviously you wouldn't have any reason to stay around, thank God. It's these kind of people that are going to inherit the earth. You ever heard that? The weak will inherit the earth? Literally so. Thank you. You can have it. We're on our way out. There is another one I want to read here. This is for Danny. And Danny is a 39-year-old struggling with RA, rheumatoid arthritis, very badly. He's super depressed and all of this. And you never notice when you see the RAs and you see these, go to the parathyroid, you'll see a lot of parathyroid issues here. Almost like calcium is pulled but can't be taken back because of the parathyroid hormones law, or calcitonin, one of the two. And it's not pulling calcium back, and so then you see more of the calcifications and that sort of thing. So, Danny, I'm going to say, my friend, is hang in there. Jennifer's, it looks like this is Jennifer's writing. We've been working with you. Feels better on the glandulars. Still very emotional, but you get your adrenals up. The adrenals are always involved in all arthritises, all fibromyalgias, all lupuses, all these things are all the adrenals. This is all acidosis at one level or another, and just affects different factors in the human body, but this is just all that way. So Danny, hang in there, my friend. She watches our YouTube site and everything, and so hang in there. You have to work for your health on this planet. It's just the way life is right now. We've been treating symptoms and avoiding causative factors. Now you have to address causative factors. There's no other way to get remedy. So hang in there. You probably of all my RA cases, only one has an eye without sulfur. And I've got hundreds of them probably, and there's sulfur in every one of them. So it makes RA a little bit harder if you have a lot of sulfur in there, because taking sulfur out. So we'll see how the asparagus root works with sulfur. And if we have some success with that, that's exciting there. Gosh, just a reminder, you're saying on this video eating less is better. What about 80-10-10 people? I don't know about them. They seem to be eating massive amounts of food. But why? I couldn't eat massive amounts of food. I'm a big guy, but I don't eat massive amounts of food. It's what you eat, like my tea or something. But still, there's no way I could eat massive amounts of food, Mike. I just have no desire for that. To force yourself to eat to get carbs is stupid. So I'm not familiar with the 80-10-10. I don't waste my time reading stuff like that. I'm real happy and satisfied where we are. Our cure rate is bar none the highest. We might not be perfect, but we're trying to be the highest order of healers we can, hoping you guys will out heal us. Yeah, that'd be good. This is Lean Delou. So I don't know, but I tell you what, it was on the news, national news, about calories now. They consider the lower calories the better now. So I don't know where they are, and who cares where they are? We don't care where they are because this is science at its unawareness rate. We look into nature. Go by how your body works. Go by how you feel in terms of eating and thirst. Start being more natural, more intuitive. It's a far better way. All these people writing books and people reading 60 bananas a day. And it's like, what the hell? A big old gorilla doesn't eat 60 bananas a day. It's like amazing how these people can come up with these type of diets. I mean, it's a better one, 80-10-10. I think it's 80% fruits and vegetables, 10% protein, 10% bullshit, something like that. I mean, no offense, I've had a rough day. So it's like, it's like, I don't know. But you guys know better. You don't have to cram the food in your body. Matter of fact, if you're getting energy from God or your higher self, like I hate to use the word higher self, but if you're open to the now and you're pouring that energy through, you don't need to eat a lot to get more energy from your fruits and vegetables. You're already filling the cells full of the right kind of energy, the God consciousness. So you don't have to overeat. The God people never overeat. Look at the yogas and stuff. They barely eat much. When you start channeling the God force, you don't have to go eat it in the lower forms of food. That's where fruitarian or the fruitarian and the breatharian comes in. Although I'm not advocating people be breatharians or fruitarians, at least in this century. This is a repost. Sorry about that, Malta 69, that I didn't get to you before. Could you also address bacterial endocarditis? My sister recently had a 3-week stay in a hospital. Did Dad give it to her? From a gnarly case. As soon as she started running 103 to 104 temperatures, everybody except me panicked. Well, you were the only smart one, my friend. That's exactly the body trying to expectorate, trying to move the acids out so the water can come out. And you're only going to have bacterial action where you have what? Acids. That's their job, is to break down proteins, which are in the form of most acids. And that's their job, is to break it down. Again, more medical doctors killing the messenger and not dealing with causative factors. The 103, 104 was just simply an expectoration move by the human body. They got to get this one someday. I mean, my God, they've already been through school, haven't they? She had what appeared to be an allergic event about halfway through the 3 weeks. 3 weeks on antibiotics, I bet. I figured it was probably from the excessive use. This is a smart guy. I like this guy. But of course the doctor denied this. She's home now. Thank God she made it. But now truly willing to help herself, and input or advice is appreciated. All right, who is this? This is your sister. Hey, sis, you got a smart brother here. Absolutely, he's right on. Why is the body use fevers for? Well, what's the role of your skin? That is your third kidney, your largest eliminative organ, and it's tied like your 2 other kidneys to your lymphatic system. Your lymphatic system is how you get rid of cellular waste. When you don't get rid of cellular waste in the heart, what do they call that? How about in the lungs? How about in the liver? How about in the kidneys themselves? So you have all these congestive heart failures, endocarditis, all the itises, cystitis, bursitis, colitis, enteritis, on. Acidosis, respective tissue, acidosis. Moving your lymph will pull all that out, and the swelling to boot. Remember why things swell? Edema, water. Why edema, water? Acidosis again, going right back to causative factors, acids. You might want to work on your kidneys and adrenal glands and get your lymph moving. Clean up the trunk, and she'll be very successful, and she'll be well. Be careful with these antibiotic uses. this is Inga, and I don't know, I suppose they know how to get a hold of you, and I don't know if you want this on YouTube or not. I just was given this. Inga, this is about your mother. A lot of problems. Inga is from Romania, I think. Oh, Lithuania. Again, you're doing right. You're starting right with the raw foods. You go down that line. You want to get on the herbs. You want to get into her kidneys. You want to get into her adrenal glands. You want to start moving her lymph system and get these acids out. This lady's got RA, another RA case here, right? Osteoporosis. No, it's osteoporosis, arthritis, gout. What else do I see here? Same thing. I mean, she's too acidic. She's losing calcium out of her skeletal system, probably out of her connective tissue as well. So, again, to turn this around is you've got to move your lymph system. This is very, very important. I'll turn this over to Jennifer and see. But still, this is just another case of acidosis and another case of kidney and adrenal problems, and that you open this doorway and you get that cleaned out. And then you're good. You know, all this inflammation, all these acids come out, all the pain comes out. Now, someone wanted me to explain lymphedema. And I only have a few minutes here. This is NYXS60. Good morning, Dr. Morris. Can I ask if there is excessive mucus in the body, do you ever recommend apple cider vinegar and molasses? Or do you prefer lemon juice with honey as la Arnold Eletta? I would love to know. Well, I would prefer the lemon juice, actually, over apple cider vinegar, by far. By far. Right? Good question, though. Thank you so much, sweetheart. Thank you so much. I see all these things and I want to go, wow, wow. But truly, I've answered this question all through these videos. Because all these diseases is a form of lymphedema. All of them. It's just all levels of pHs and all levels of variations, and it's location, location, location. It's all acidosis. When your lymph system isn't being filtered, you will always have a form of lymphedema. This is just more true. Yeah.
Oh, are you coming?
Mm-hmm.
You're 5 o'clock here.
I'll be there.
Okay.
Yeah. The ruler. Oh, well. But when the lymph isn't filtering through the kidneys, your acids back up into the tissues. The biggest problem with this happens, it backs up backwards. So it's kidneys to lymph nodes to interstitial tissues. So the lymph nodes start swelling, and then the tissue on the other side of the lymph nodes starts swelling. Think of it as I'm a cell, and my wastes are carried away to the septic tanks, the lymph nodes, through the lymph fluids. That's simple. It's just the sewer system of the human body. So when my kidneys aren't filtering, the lymph nodes back up, they swell, that backs up the cells on the other side, because as a cell, I'm using the pathway of the lymphatic vessels to get my waste to the lymph nodes. So the bacteria in the lymph nodes, if you haven't been on a lot of antibiotics, will break these 3 pH acids down to or up to about 6. That way they can hit the kidneys without you being on your knees. So real important function. I thought God did a pretty good job. We use the same design for our houses. And then, of course, then it's from the lymph nodes, septic tanks, to the kidneys, or which the skin is a kidney. So when you're running 103, 104 temperature, what's your body trying to do here? It's trying to get these wastes out the skin. Again, we like bacterial action in the body because these acids, you don't want to hit the skin with 3 pH. If you want to know what that feels like, just pour Coca-Cola on your skin and try to hold it there and see what you think. You're going to feel the burn, just like you would hold it in your mouth and feel the burn from the mucosa. Acids burn. So, this is why it is so important to have bacterial action in the lymph nodes and in the body. Vital. And this is what this one modality just don't get. Needs to get it. Needs to get it because they're hurting too many people. It's time to draw the line. It's time to put, to take care of this problem. But I think this one lad here who wrote this about us and this thing, he probably should have a lot of antibiotics just to get refreshed with that. Let these people go the allopathic way. That's okay. They'll learn one of these days, especially when they're in trouble. You know what the karma is on people like this that say this stuff? Reverse to what they're saying. That's why I don't say crap like that. Because, this guy's going to learn. But he's going to learn the hard way, unfortunately. That's just common stuff. When you start doubting others like that, karma's the whip of the dragon's tail comes back and slaps you in the face. That's why humility, love, giving space, it's all good things to do, especially for your future karma. Because, again, if you're downing others, chances are you're going to walk through that door and get that same experience down you. So it's always nice just to give love and be love and let all of it just work itself out. But it's easy to understand lymphedema. It's just lymph not going anywhere fast. Remember, the filtration through the lymph nodes and the kidneys, all done essentially. And this is where I think man's biggest problem is that he wasn't looking about the lymph system. He wasn't thinking about the proper role of the kidneys or the proper role of fevers. Even the old-timers knew fevers. All the shaman, all the Native Americans, all the great healers, all knows about fevers. Why do we have sweat lodges? Why do we have saunas? And yet you go in the hospital with a 99-degree temperature and you're given a Tylenol and antibiotic. 99 degrees! I mean, this is part of the insanity of the medical community. So I don't think I have to give a big dissertation over lymphedema. Just review the video on the lymphatic system, or on my website I have a big thing. And just anytime your lymph isn't filtering, you're going to have a form of lymphedema. You see that when too many axillary lymph nodes are removed here, and the ones that filter the arm are removed. Now you have lymphedema here. You will have some lymphedema in the chest wall. It gets real bad. Some of you that came to this school, we have pictures for you guys, and we saw the cancer in the head of a couple of people from the very thing I'm talking about, the removal of lymph nodes, and now cells waste have nowhere to go. And we can't do anything because now half of the sewer pipes have been removed. That's a problem. We're not magic people. We can't just make new sewer pipes with the snap of a finger. So these docs are, I think, criminally involved when they do stuff like that, because that just wrote that patient's death warrant right there, because we can't even fix them. It's just not good. That reminds me, someone asked me about tanning beds and asked me to describe why not tanning beds, since there's so much good information on infrared. I always wonder about this good information, right? I don't know what to show on YouTube in terms of graphic stuff. How graphic do you think I can get without getting kicked off? This is the President of the United States sitting over here, by the way. Yeah. And what do you think? I better not show it. I'd be abreast. But this lady, most of you at the school saw this, but there was a lady that heard about the red ray treatment, the infrared treatment in Europe, as a way to reduce a tumor to get clear margins, so you could have a lumpectomy and you would have clear margins, and they're going to give you chemo and radiation anyway. They don't care anymore whatsoever. They went over all the way to Nutsville. So removing a tumor with a clear margin, okay. Well, you ought to see what it did to her breast. It shrank it down about a tenth of the size. It became a hard cone and actually burnt and hardened her whole chest wall. So when I learned about that, I was always on the fence with infrared. Now I'm way off the fence with infrared. I'm an old-fashioned kind of guy, so I'm sorry for you guys that I am that way. But at the same time, I'd rather be safe than sorry. I really would. It would be safe that later on you start popping cancer cells everywhere and they go, oh, you know what, far infrared, that did kind of have a problem. You don't want to be one of those victims when you really want a steam sauna. You really want to get like the Native Americans sweat lodges. That's what you want. Not at far infrared. I tell you what, when you isolate chemistry or you isolate frequencies of magnetic energy, now you have side effects, symptoms, because God doesn't isolate chemistry nor magnetic energies. They work synergistically together. And when you isolate them, it's like isolating chemistry. Now you have side effects. That's like me going into comfrey, taking the alkaloid out of comfrey and giving the alkaloid to you. Now it's going to damage your liver. I could give you a bushel of comfrey and it wouldn't hurt your liver whatsoever. I gave you an alkaloid out of the comfrey and it's going to damage your liver. That's the difference. And that's the difference with isolates of radiation and isolates of chemistry. And I don't know what else to say about it. I could be an old fuddy-duddy and totally wrong. I'd rather be wrong on the good side and not hurt anybody just in case in the future, because I've done some things in the past that was supposed to be natural that didn't have good results, and I'm just real cautious. I'm a loving soul and I don't want to hurt anybody. But you just want to be real careful, and I'm not going to recommend anything unless I know 100% positive it's not going to hurt you and that it's going to make you better. So sorry about that, but that's just the way I feel. I love you guys. I've got to run. I got my last client of the day. And it seems like I'm going to have to come in here tomorrow. I'm going to be in here tomorrow anyway. Oh, Friday. Try to catch up on all these. Thank you so much. We love you all. You all take care of yourself. You got friends on your side here. And you just hang in there. Keep going down that line. For you guys suffering, keep going. Don't give up. Keep cleaning your body out. If you need help, you always give us a call. Even though we're busy and all get out, we're all going to try to always find a way to get to you and help you. Okay? And if not, we got a great Facebook place, and these guys, they're all working to be the healers, and that's where you need to get help. I would like to tune in more to the Facebook. I just have very little time to turn around. So thank you all. We love you all, and we'll see you again. Maybe tomorrow morning I'll finish up on a bunch of these things. Bye-bye now.